Hi guys, welcome to my channel and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Hi everybody, hi everyone. My name is Olivia. For those who are new here, I am a registered nurse. I went to school here in the US as an F1 or international student. In this video, I'm just going to share how I made it through nursing school, the challenges that I faced, and some tips that helped me to be successful, not only as a nursing student, but in plus as an international student. If I made it, you guys also can make it. I hope you find this message useful. So let's go. So first of all, that's funny. I've always wanted to become a doctor. That was like the reason why I came in the US to become a doctor, just because I had a wrong image, a wrong picture of nurses back home in Africa. I was not interested in nursing. So I applied directly to this English school because I had to learn English in order for me to be able to study in English. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day, learning intensive English. So I did that for almost like 7 to 8 months. So I was like, okay, let me consider nursing. It's great. And I had my pastor, who is my mentor, he told me about nursing because he did nursing. I did more research and I found out that, okay, this is not a bad option. And the way they treat nurses here is better than back home. I went ahead and did nursing. That's why I'm here telling you about my personal story on how I became a nurse. As an F1, you have so many restrictions. That was like time management, financial pressure, cultural adjustment. I had to maintain a good GPA. I only had to take like 12 credits or more. Time management. Back in Africa, the pace of life is slower than here. And it was a shock for me when I got here. I don't want to be late in classes. I don't want to be missing stuff. I'm talking about being able to adjust to the pace of life here in the US. Time is money. Those were the biggest challenges. And what I did for time management, I went to my advisor. She helped me break down my hours of studying, my social life, and just everything that was going on around my life. We put it in a schedule. I tried to dedicate at least 4 hours per day to study. It was like school and church. So for time management, just get you like a schedule, break down your hours, break down the things that you want to do. And for like financial pressure, look for jobs on campus. You can work as a tutor, you can work as a librarian, like a student librarian. You can work in the rec center, the gym. You know, just find yourself on campus jobs that can pay you at least something. The school I went to offered 2 years of preclinical, and then I had to apply for the nursing program itself. So the chances to be admitted, to be accepted into the nursing program, they look at your grades, they look at how you've been doing your prerequisites, and if you did good, they look at how ready you are to pay for the nursing program. So yeah, I did that, and then I applied for the nursing program. They accepted me. That's when I started my clinical rotation. I did OB, like obstetrics, pediatrics, like general med surg, the elderly population. I did clinical for psychology. My clinical experience was great. It was fun. I loved it. My first day of clinical, I was so excited with my white coat. So excited. And I discovered the world of nursing, patients, caring for patients. I was a student nurse shadowing nurses. All my nurses were great. preceptors. I had preceptors, and then on your last semester you do like your preceptorship. You have to spend like a total amount of time in the hospital, and just for your last semester. Yeah, I loved it. If I want to give a few tips on being successful in clinicals, I would say, like, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you see that, I'm not talking about questions that you can Google, because some questions you can just go ahead and Google it, because Google them, because nobody has time to explain you all the stuff, like deep stuff. Some questions are Googleable, but the questions I see that you do this, but for example, how often do I need to check blood sugar for this patient specifically? What's the order says compared to this other patient who doesn't require like constant blood sugar checks? You can ask your preceptor, why are we checking blood sugar so often for this patient, but for that patient we're not checking every 4 hours, we're only doing like before meals and at bedtimes, like those type of questions that are kind of specific, but questions that you can Google. Just go ahead and Google. Don't bother people. But ask questions, be courageous, talk to patients, like socialize. I know, sometimes patients just look for people to talk to. Don't be on your phone during clinicals. Don't be on your phone. You're there to learn, to get the experience that you need. Be excited, show interest, show that you want to do it. You want to take care of things. You want to take care of the people. Ask your preceptor, what can I do to help you? I know how to do this, or we're learning these skills in lab. Can I do it? Can I try an IV? Can I do this? Don't be afraid. Ask questions. Do this. Be proactive. That's a tip. Now for the NCLEX, I started to prepare for the NCLEX on my second semester. We did this program called ATI. It prepares you for the NCLEX. I know ATI is harder than the NCLEX itself. ATI was what my school used. We had books, we had ATI exams that were counting toward the overall grades of your class. In order for you to pass a class, you had to succeed in the ATI exams. I was doing the practice questions. Here are some tips. I was doing the study questions, the practice questions, read the ATI book, do the remediation. The remediation is like after you took the ATI exam, it shows you your weaknesses, the areas that you need to focus more, and go ahead and do the remediation, because it's better to know that I need to work on this point, rather than just working in general. You don't know your weaknesses, you don't know your strength, you just study like that. No, that's how I did. I would share one testimony. On my last semester of nursing school, I had to take that ATI exam, and I failed. I failed the ATI exam. Girl, so if you failed the ATI exam, that means you failed the class. You have to retake the class. And as an international student, that was my last semester, and I had already applied for my OPT, and I was just waiting on my OPT card, like my work permit, to start practicing, because the plan was to graduate, right? That was May 2022. I failed my ATI exam. What happened? I was tired. So tired that I didn't do my best, or maybe I did, but I don't know what happened. I had to retake the class. The rule was like, you don't get the percentage required to pass, you don't pass, you retake the class like everybody else. I cried. I did everything. The thing is, I already prepared my graduation party. I invited people. My parents were coming here to celebrate with me. I was like, what? Am I gonna cancel all that? Because I failed the class. I have to retake it. I'm not graduating this semester. It was tough. And then, they allowed me to walk. They allowed me to walk. I walked. I graduated. I'm sharing this experience so that you see that, oh, it was not always, up, up, up. There were not always like ups. So that was one of the biggest downs I faced in nursing school. I felt my ATI on my last semester. That's crazy, right? Everything was planned out. I did not have to worry. I spent the whole semester doing the ATIs. I passed this class with 99% of probability to pass the NCLEX. And then I compared it to the first one. It's like, wow, I was so low. I didn't know that. Girl, that was a win situation. So happy. The thing is, I walked. In May 2022, I walked. I did the party. We enjoyed, and I took this semester to prepare for my NCLEX, and it's actually took me a whole semester to really focus. And then toward the end of the semester, I used this resource called UWorld. It's a great resource. UWorld actually is harder than the NCLEX. Harder. At some point I was like, oh my god, I'm not getting these questions right. I was scared at some point. I was like, my god, what am I gonna do in the NCLEX? So I would encourage you to get that resource. If you are on your last semester preparing for your NCLEX, get this resource. UWorld is a great resource. I was also watching YouTube videos. Klimek, he's really good. There's also registerednurse.com, Sarah. She's also great. She explains things, though her videos are longer. For those of you who don't like longer videos, it's just specific. There's also Simple Nursing. There are so many resources out there. There's Professor D. She's my girl. I love her. She's funny. She basically yells at you, but she yells the concepts, the materials, the questions, the answers, the explanations. She yells at you, and that's how you really get the information, and that's great, Yes, that's how I studied for my NCLEX, and I took my NCLEX on February the 14th, 2023. I took the NCLEX. I passed it on my first attempt. It's also the grace of God. You pass it on your first attempt. It's great. And then I got my results passed, and then I got my OPT, my work permit. I started to practice as a registered nurse with a bachelor's degree. So I did the 4 years program to get my BSN. If you're out there, you're trying to decide, maybe start with the LPN program. It's a program that they offer for people. It's like a more hands-on program. You get to learn the basics of nursing, and then you practice as an LPN. It's almost like a nurse, but there is some stuff that only nurses do, and versus LPN. I'm gonna share that with you on my next videos. I'm gonna share more about nursing, but this video was just to share my experience, like my personal story. But if you feel like, oh, I'm still kind of deciding, go to LPN, do the LPN program, and you'll get an idea of the nursing world. If you can also start with 2 years of associate degree as a nurse, your RN license, you take your NCLEX, and you start practicing as an RN with the associate degree. And then some hospitals require, or not, they don't require, but they prefer their nurses to have a bachelor's degree, so you can continue your bachelor's degree, online or even in person if you want to, but you have the RN experience already. which is a faster way to become an RN. You do your associate degree and then you become a nurse. And it's less stressful than doing the full 4 years. You know, I think so. For me, there are so many things in nursing that you can do. It's diverse and it's very interesting. So I'm here, your friend, an example, a testimony that it's possible. If I did it, then you can do it. I'm not here to bribe or to say that, oh, I'm the best, I'm the smartest. No. You can do it. You can do it. And please stay tuned and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out other videos on nursing and, you know, more stuff, you know, that I'm preparing for you guys. Put a comment on your nursing experience. If you're an RN, if you are in nursing school, I would love to read your comments. And I hope we stay tuned. I hope we stay friends, you know. And God bless you and give you the strength and the direction that you need to choose the career that will fit best for you. Have a great day.